never checked the volume. Okay, we're fine. It occurred to me I never actually checked the mic volume before I started. But it seems fine. Let me grab my Discord. My Discord. Whoop. 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 There we go. Yeah. Nintendo Direct Day, baby. Oh, did I change my push notification? No. Well, that's fine, probably. Notify in my Discord that I am live on Twitch.tv. Let me grab my link here. I do like that I only ever need one link for Twitch. That was something so nice that I had forsaken being live on YouTube for so many years. All right. We are live for Nintendo Direct, smiley face. Oh, man. Yo, I'm tired today. We were late last night. Oh, I think I was streaming until midnight. Woke up. Went to bed around 2, woke up around 8. Did a little work. Now I'm here. Waiting. Was that supposed to be there? I think it was. Let's take you, bring you back here, you there, and everything is great. All right, cool. I guess I don't even need restream today because I'm just rocking Twitch. Cool. I think we're also going to do the recording from the live stream too. And I might just edit it up a little bit. I may also, full disclosure, I may also save this to the VODs channel. Which would be probably good for people. The only reason I don't like live streaming the Nintendo Direct is because I think in the past they have asked people not to, but they can react to it. And that is encouraged. But like, respectfully, I don't think I'm taking away from their numbers. I mean, example. $83, no, 71. Many tens of thousands are waiting. Not here, obviously, in my channel. But over at Twitch, or over at the YouTube. Actually, are there people on Twitch too waiting for it? How many are in there? Oh, only 29 hundo? Oh. 29 hundo. How about that? Interesting. Okay. Probably makes sense. Oh, I should switch my cat to special events. Because that's where it's streaming. Ching. Ka-ching. Cool. We'll watch on YouTube. Better video feed over there anyway. Plus we can pause if we need to. Which works for me. It works for me. I will probably take chat off the screen. Not that you guys are actually chatting anyway, but mostly because that stupid stream elements and restream thing are there. If there's one thing I could change about restream, it would be their persistent, like, hey, you've had 100 chats, or you've had 500 chats, or like, I don't care. Don't tell me these things. First, certainly don't put them in chat. That's weird. That's weird, champ, bro. Let me put this here. Oh, you know what else I actually need, low-key? Then I'm now gonna mess up. I need my sound mixer. That makes more sense to have that. I would like it over here and not over there. Cool. All right, dude. All right, we're good to go. We're ready, I think. I'm as ready as I can be. I guess I'll put it that way. It has been a hot minute since I've done a Nintendo Direct stream. Oh, the other thing I was going to look at, I got taken off of a channel as a manager at some point, and I wanted to look at that. It wasn't my channel, to be clear. Oh my god, it worked. Okay. Crazy. This is crazy. Look at this. Someone named Hi B2W. I know, bro. I talk about this extensively in the video. Smiley face. That's crazy. Oh, little bro saw a thumbnail and said, yeah, no. Hold my juice. Oh, that's crazy. All right. Right. I was looking at studio. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I was a manager for this one YouTube channel way back in the day, probably like 8 years ago. And then they stopped uploading content because I was a contributor on it. I got taken off today. So I'm like, That's weird. The channel is still around. Weird. Maybe they're finally cleaning it up. They also haven't posted in 6 years. Oh. There's also that. Yeah, my stuff actually performed pretty well. Interesting. All right. I always see myself as a failure online. So it's weird when I go back and look at numbers on the stuff that I put out versus the numbers that other people put out. And they're all relatively the same. And I was like, oh, those people did kind of like it. That's nice. Interesting. All right, well, no worries there. I will be watching closely to see what happens because I thought the channel either got hacked because it had been dormant for over half a decade, or something else was going on, but I didn't know what it was. Ooh, we can put it live now. All right. Oh, that is so red. Oh, it hurts my eyeballs. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't even know what I want to see today, dude. Like, I think Fire Emblem would be good. I don't think we're going to see it. I do think that we'll see something on the Mario Kart. The new Mario Kart. I think for sure we'll see something about that. But I don't know. I don't know. Part of me selfishly wants a Xenoblade 2 remake. Because I've been meaning to go back and play it. I just haven't done that yet. You know. There's so many other games in my backlog that I need to do first. Dude, people are gonna lose their... What if Silksong gets announced? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the pandemonium? Okay. We should probably record this part from the beginning. All right. So here's my thoughts. Before the direct actually happens, you can see it's not playing yet. This is not pre-watched. I think the primary focus of the direct is actually going to cover Switch 2 games that are available on both platforms. There's going to be some kind of crossover. And I think, majorly speaking, they're not going to talk about the Switch 2. They've said that, right? But I think they consider the Nintendo Switch a family of consoles at this point. because you have the Nintendo Switch Lite, I think is what it's called, where it's undockable and it's smaller and the Joy-Cons are attached. They can only play certain games. You've got the Switch, you've got the OLED. I think it's very similar to, like, that's a good example. The 3DS had a family of handheld consoles, stuff like that. So I think when they say we won't be talking about the Switch 2, I think they're specifically talking about the hardware. I think the games are free play. So I think we may hear about some Switch 2 games, some of which may have overlap. Like if they talk about the new Mario Kart, I doubt that one's going to have overlap, because they need some kind of killer app for the new console. Like that is what it is. But I think the one that's happening next week, we're getting 2 directs within a week of each other. The other one that's happening on the 2nd of April, like a week from now, that one's going to cover hardware specs, functionality, features, stuff like that. I think that means that games are on the board for this. And as far as what I want to see, there could be Fire Emblem. I don't know if there's going to be Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem does have its 35th anniversary happening. So there's a good chance, actually, that we are getting something with a new console launch next month. 35th anniversary is in April. Probably something with a new Mario Kart. They'll probably do that. I don't know about Splatoon. I know that's another killer one that they have for Nintendo. Maybe Smash. I don't know. Silk Song announcement would go hard. That would be crazy. But I don't know. I don't know. It feels weird. Because maybe they didn't want to do like an hour or a 90-minute presentation, because it feels like genuinely they could have just done this and the Switch 2 next week, all in one, where they cover games in the first half, hardware in the second. This is all, of course, assuming my assumption is correct, in that what they're going to do is what they're going to do. So I don't actually know, but that's why it feels like it's weird that they've broken it up. I don't know. I don't know what else you put on the regular OG Switch right now when you have a console launch announcement happening in a week. That seems crazy to me. But we will see. Yo, what's up, Gray? How we living? Hold up. I smell coffee. I smell coffee. Hold up. Living fine? Hell yeah. All right, let me go see if I got coffee in the back. Ugh. I'm wearing exactly what I had last night, by the way. For the pounding. No coffee yet. It's brewing. I did smell it though, despite having insane allergies right now, which is kind of good, right? Oh man. All right, y'all. Chat, tell me, what do you want to see? What you want to see? You tell me. Oh. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. You did mention that in Discord yesterday. I do recall that. Yes. I film buzzed. Oh, good. RFK Jr. is leading a major reorganization resulting in mass layoffs announced at the Health and Human Services Department. That's great. That's awesome. Who needs medicine? Jesus Christ. Okay. Mega Man Legends. Gray, I didn't know you were a Mega Man person. I didn't know you were on the Mega Man train. That's interesting. I feel like you're either pro Sonic or pro Mega Man. You're one of the two. You can't like both blue mascots. You gotta like one or the other. Is that true? Any truthers in chat? On both? Okay, well. Okay. Well. That was fast. Woo! Coffee time? Hell yeah. What do you want to see out of the direct?
I don't know.
Okay.
Usually you just tell me what I would be.
Well, yeah, but wait, are you tuned in live at twitch.tv/KCB? GG? I can be. Wow. I am subbed to her, by the way. I give her $6 a month. She streams like 10 days a month. That's crazy. There's no loyalty these days, I'm telling you. Oh, I should silence my phone too. I'm gonna get buzzed. You know what's wild? Straight up. So I don't know if you guys knew this. I don't know if you knew this part of KCB lore. But for the past like 6 years, every Nintendo Direct that happened has taken place at a time that I am unavailable to watch it due to work. But this time, it's interesting because I'm actually off work. I took PTO today and tomorrow to catch up on some things in my real life. And it just so this was weeks ago I scheduled this out. I'm supposed to be working on stairs right now. I'm not. I am watching a Nintendo Direct soon. But it's interesting because the curse seems broken in a year that otherwise has been awful. So it's confusing a little bit. But every other, I've never been able to. Half of the reason I don't stream directs is because I'm never around to stream them. I always got to do the, aftermath, watch, react situation. I've never been able to experience it live because I've always had something going on. Now, I do have to log on to work today because I have an all hands department meeting that I think I can voluntarily go to or not. I don't know. I'm going to log on just because I'm a team player, But it is interesting that the direct is not scheduled at the same time, which is, I like that. I like that a lot. So I have high hopes. I have high hopes for whatever it is that we're gonna see here, because it seems like kind of a dub today. Dude, 5+ minutes. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm excited. Like, realistically, there shouldn't be anything on here that's like overwhelmingly awesome. Like, there's no reason to be excited about this direct, I don't think, because there shouldn't be anything to be excited about. Because the Switch 2 one is like a week from now. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm so pumped. I'm so excited for this. And I don't know, like I said, there's no reason for me to be. Maybe it's just because I can watch it in real time finally. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm excited. I want the countdown to stop. We're 4 minutes out and I'm just losing my mind over here. Already announced games. Which ones are there to update? Haven't they all dropped already? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, Metroid Prime 4. True. Like, because I've seen people be like, "Oh, well, it's not. We're not talking to anything Switch 2. Nothing on the Switch 2. Nothing about the Switch 2." And I'm like, what non-Switch 2 game are they gonna talk about? I don't understand. And I was talking about this in the Discord yesterday. It's like, I feel like the Switch games are like fair game because they're Switch games, not Switch 2 games. I think that's the thing. I don't even know that. I wonder how my Nintendo stock is doing. Full disclosure, I have Nintendo stock. I am that millennial. Market is down today. Ooh. We are down 2% on Nintendo stock. Kind of goated though. I'm up 63% all time. I bought in Nintendo stock at $11 a share. And it's not even because I thought that was a good move. This is technically an OTC stock, which is speculative. But I just wanted to own Nintendo stock. That was really my only goal. Just for the clout. But it earns dividends. So I was like, okay, that's a dub. Oh, that is so hot. Bro, the coffee is so hot. I felt it approach my lip and I was like, nope. We're gonna die. I don't remember all the announced first parties outside of Prime 4. Me neither, actually. I mean, there's like some staples that everybody knows is going to be, right? So like, we're definitely going to have a new Mario Kart, which, I mean, they've already shown that. There's probably going to be a new Smash. There's probably going to be a new Splatoon. We got the new Metroid. There's, I mean, undoubtedly. Ooh. Oh my God, we're starting a minute early. Woo! All right. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh? Oh, yeah. They did talk about this. I honestly forgot about this. But it was another HD 2D remake. Yo. That's actually hype. I forgot about this. Okay. I mean, it looks great. Is it worth cutting into my backlog priority for? I don't know. I mean, it is iconic, though. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to own that at some point just for...
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Poggers.
Today, we'll be providing information on
Sorry, I said
upcoming
poggers.
Nintendo Switch games.
Apologize.
We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd.
Yes, sir.
So please tune in for that as well.
Okay.
What you just saw was Dragon Quest 1.
So this is ultimately on the Switch too.
From Square Enix.
Unless it comes out in like the next 4
Another
weeks.
character appeared at the end. What kind of adventure awaits? We hope you're excited for more information in the future.
And that's not coming out in a month.
Let's see the first batch of headlines.
Okay. Headlines. Let's go.
Escape from dire straits.
What's that? An indie title?
2 minutes until oxygen 0.
Help me! Please help me, Dante!
Oh.
The latest entry in the The Somnium Files series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his left eye.
Interesting.
Your mission is to track down Iris, an internet idol who has been trapped in a mysterious escape game. Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts. Dive into a subject's dreams to reveal clues hidden deep within their psyche. And
I've never played any of the Somnia Files games.
Everything you learn will bring you one step closer to the truth.
Well, I've kind of wanted to. I had a friend who played
Uncover
them.
what's hidden in reality and dreams to rescue Iris. No Sleep for Kaname Date from The Somnium Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system July 25th. Unleash the supernatural. A classic Atlas action RPG returns with remastered HD graphics and enhanced gameplay. Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20, Raido Kuzunoha.
Are we
makes
just
his
showing
living
the
as an
whole
apprentice
Switch 2 lineup
detective.
right now?
But unbeknownst to others, he also fights alongside demons as a devil summoner. To protect the capital, Raido must investigate a series of supernatural cases. Fight in real-time battles alongside demons you summon. Work with your demons to strike.
I
an enemy
appreciate
weak
this is
point,
an Atlas
then
game.
Follow up with a powerful attack.
I feel like I'm
Cooperation
sleeping
is
on
the
this,
key
though.
to victory.
I don't know that I should
You can
be.
even turn opposing demons into allies. Demons can also be useful outside of battle. And their powers are helpful in finding solutions during investigations.
But so far, what's been announced
guide Rido through a series of strange incidents.
It's not been like small
As he
titles.
uncovers a conspiracy that
Like
will
these are
shake
pretty
the company
prominent
to its core.
titles so far.
Rido Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army launches on Nintendo Switch June 19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Consume darkness. With your memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck. But who is this spherical stranger? Moored in a mysterious, maze-like world, your battle for survival begins.
Is this the Pac-Man thing we saw during the
As
Game
Puck
Awards?
guides you on your journey, you'll delve deeper into the expansive world. By examining your surroundings, you can phase shift and combine with Puck to explore areas you couldn't reach before.
Yeah.
But tread
That's the
lightly. Creatures
the
inhabiting this
Pac-Man
world will prove hostile.
Metroidvania.
Facing imposing enemies, you and Puck can temporarily fuse into the Gaia form to unleash powerful attacks.
Brother, what?
By consuming your prey, you'll collect resources that can then be used to enhance your abilities. Work to uncover Puck's true goal and devour enemies to survive this cruel world. Experience a dark twist on the iconic Pac-Man when
Yeah, there you
Shadow
go.
Labyrinth launches on Nintendo Switch.
If anyone had any doubts as to whether or not this was a Pac-Man reference, there you go.
The rhythmic march begins. Remasters of Patapon and Patapon 2 are drumming onto Nintendo Switch as one bundle.
Okay.
Play your drum to
All right, this is something I'm unfamiliar with. But you know what I mean? Like, we've had a Shin Megami Tensei, we've had Dragon Quest, we've had Pac-Man. Like, these are all
has them attack.
like legacy
And
franchises
if you string
that
together
we've seen
combos
so
with
far.
good timing, the Patapons enter fever mode and get a big boost in power.
I don't know about this.
From the horse-riding Kibapon to the shield-savvy Tatepon.
It seems kind of fun
Build up
though.
your battalion to take on hordes of fierce foes. Plus, new features have been added, so you can advance to the beat of your own drum.
The vibe is good.
Lead the Patapons and march forth when Patapon 1+2 Replay
Patapon.
launches on Nintendo Switch July 11th.
A lot of July.
Welcome to Zephyr Town, a cozy place nestled in a windswept valley. This is where your new life begins.
Story of Seasons. Is this what Harvest Moon became?
Popping up on the Nintendo DS
Or is that a
system,
different series
this
altogether?
immersive farming and life sim has no shortage of activities to get up to.
Oh, you must be the new farmer.
Tend to your farm while growing crops and caring for animals.
That looks like a Harvest Moon
Sell
cow.
your
I'm not
produce
gonna lie.
and other wares
I think this is what the
that
franchise
become
became.
As Bazaar sales grow, you'll help the once famous market.
But, like,
regain
something
its
happened
former
with the
splendor.
name Harvest Moon.
You can also
Somebody
get to
bought
know the
something,
locals
I'd like to spend more time with you.
and maybe
and
nurture a
then
relationship
ownership of the
if you
name.
find
I don't
that
know. Something
special
happened.
someone. Plus, taking advantage of Zephyr Town's windy conditions can make travel and other tasks a breeze. The winds of change are coming, and your new life on the farm begins when Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar launches on the Nintendo
I
Switch
forgot that we
system
had seen this
August
too.
27th.
Used to be Harvest Moon, now it's this.
Please
Yeah.
look forward to the latest entry in the
Yeah, I
Story
think
of
that's right.
Seasons series.
That had something to do with like copyrights of names or something.
Next, please take a look at this.
Some got sold and bought. I don't know. What's happening? I was like, wait, is that Metroid? That looks like Metroid. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, so we're past the headlines. We're into the juice. Sick. Keep in mind, this game took like over a decade. I still have this. Wait, I still have this thing pre-ordered on Amazon. I should make sure my address is current.
In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to,
Yeah.
Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Okay.
She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
Yeah, that tracks.
As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities.
Okay.
These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms and to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams with the power of her mind.
Okay. Interesting.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
For puzzle reasons, I would assume. Sorry. It looks pretty so far. Like the world is very...
And what will be her fate after being summoned to Vuros? The threads intertwining beyond space and time are beginning to weave a new tale.
Like the world seems kind of bright. I don't know. Still no hard date, just a year. Ooh, new suit? Yo, that kind of fire though.
It looks like even more challenges await Samus. We hope you're looking forward to exploring with Samus's new psychic abilities. Okay, let's move on to some more headlines.
I mean, that seems fine.
Ready to stir up some
I don't know.
mischief?
I'm withholding excitement because Prime 4 took so long to come out.
Coffee shop
But I am excited for it.
transformed into a magical potion cafe.
What's
As
happening?
the newest potionista of the Cursed Cafe, you'll craft concoctions for Disney villains and get to know them in a new light. Mix ingredients to brew all sorts of strange elixirs.
Why do we want
Then
to?
serve them to your villainous visitors, including Ursula and Gaston.
Why do we
With help
want
from
to, though?
Isma, you can upgrade your ingredients to produce some wildly wicked creations.
Don't we hate them?
Potions you make influence each customer's storyline.
Didn't she try and kill a bunch of dogs?
Different outcomes every time you play.
Didn't he try and kill a bunch of kids?
What mischief might happen?
Didn't he try and kill a
Disney
beast?
Cursed Cafe launches on Nintendo Switch.
What are we
later
doing?
today.
What are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Summon a spellbinding adventure.
What's going on? Oh, that's interesting.
Welcome to Witchbrook College.
Okay,
where
Jenna wants to
students
play this
strive
game.
To master the magical arts.
Oh, it's from Chucklefish?
During class, use magic circles to perform rituals.
Okay.
Fly on brooms. And learn advanced techniques to go from witch in training to skilled spellcaster.
Tight.
There's also plenty to do outside of class. Hang out with friends at their homes. Take on various jobs to help pay for tuition. or use the spells you've learned to craft and sell original items. Plus, up to 4 players can make magic together in online co-op. Explore this whimsical world on the road to graduation and beyond.
Bruh.
Are you ready for a spellbinding journey?
Yeah, Jenna wants to play this game. 100%.
Enrollment begins when Witchbrook flies.
She's in chat right now saying yes. Holiday. I think that means November.
And arcade games.
November, December.
Set off on a fantastical mission to eliminate a mysterious deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago where nightmares and wonder collide.
Bro, this is my
Upgrade your
vibe.
trusty cane with magical parts, then use its abilities to find your own path.
This is me in 40 years.
Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when the Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday. Celebrate the 40th anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot-'em-up games from across the series.
Okay.
Titles
Sure.
include Gradius, Salamander, Light Force, Gradius 2, Gradius 3,
Not what I was expecting.
and Salamander 2. Some titles come with multiple versions, including ones from different regions and launch years. Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3.
A new entry? As in it's like
Gradius
new?
Origins launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 7th.
Nintendo Switch system, chat. Did you hear that?
Battle to the beat in Rift of the Necro Dancer.
They did the same stuff for like 3DSs when they had a bunch of models.
Combat. Keep the cadence going with epic boss battles, quirky minigames, remix stages, and global leaderboard.
I think all of these are going to be Switch 2 compatible for
In
sure.
the Celeste Music Pack paid DLC. And be on the lookout for
There
more
are some that
DLC
are
in the
likely
future.
exclusive.
Rift of the Necro Dancer
Metroid Prime
launches
4,
on
for
Nintendo
example,
Switch
that's probably going to
later
be
today.
Switch 2 exclusive, but
Let's see what's in store. Welcome to Tamagotchi Plaza, a brand new entry in the Tamagotchi Connection series. There are stores galore. Design glasses at the eyewear shop. Polish pearly whites solo or with a friend at the dentist. And arrange plates at the afternoon tea shop. 12 wonderful stores need your help.
can I be real?
Provide good customer service.
These Tamagotchi
Upgrade
freak me out a
and
little bit.
upgrade each shop.
They have giant heads.
In doing so,
It freaks
you
me
get
out.
to meet more Tamagotchi, making the town
I don't like
livelier
that.
than before. With over 100
I'm not on
new
board
and
with
classic Tamagotchi, business is sure to be booming. Get ready to set up shop when Tamagotchi Plaza launches on Nintendo Switch June 27th.
Nintendo Switch. Oh man. I want for this to be good. I have seen some frame by frame analyses.
Welcome to
Graphically,
Pokemon
it does
Legends
not look
CA,
impressive.
A new title in the Pokemon series. You'll begin your adventure by choosing one of 3 partner Pokemon.
Which I almost feel like
The
they
setting is
scaled
Disney
down the
Metropolis.
environment
It also
graphics
appeared in the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y games. Lumio City.
just because they had a bunch of
Make it
loading
easier for
errors and
people and Pokemon to
graphical issues on
coexist.
the last one.
A company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan.
I hope I'm wrong.
Here, we'll get a glimpse into the lives of the Pokemon and people of Lumio City. Scattered all over town are wild zones. These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city. You can
Until you
catch
go and
Pokemon
beat them
here,
up.
but they might be hostile. If you sense trouble, get to safety. There are Pokemon that live outside wild
I will
zones,
get
too.
this.
Some of them can even be found on rooftops. People and Pokemon
I mean,
live easygoing lives in Lumio City.
Just look at some of the
But
background, bro.
when night falls,
The
city's
PNGs
aura
are not high res
transforms.
back there.
Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament, the ZA Royale. Trainers await in battle zones. If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle.
Why only at nighttime? Bro, Totodile was just walking away.
And you'll land a surprise attack.
Rude.
During battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key. And with Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up even more.
Show me Mega Totodile. Or for Alligator, technically.
You'll start at rank Z.
Do
and
it,
work your way
cowards.
up to rank A. Trainers who reach the top are said to have a wish granted.
Cowards. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Day and night are two sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure? Pokemon Legends ZA launches on Nintendo Switch
Late.
later this year.
Not even holiday.
In Lumio City, where the game is set,
But
the
late.
aura transforms between
Ugh.
day and night. It seems there are even more secrets to uncover.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Please be on the lookout
I'm not
for more
impressed with the
information in
graphics of the
future.
background.
Next,
It's concerning
let's
to
take a
me.
look at this.
Hello there. Boop. The
Yeah.
game you're about to see
Yeah.
doesn't have a big, epic story,
Okay.
but what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games.
Okay.
You wanna see?
Sure.
Just press the button to jump through the ring.
Okay. I don't have any button to... Oh, there we go. Boop. Oh.
It sounds easy. But the timing is super tricky.
Oh.
Maybe you could try it in time to a rhythm?
Not where I thought that was going.
In this game, you might do almost anything, but you'll need to do it in rhythm. With practice, you might even be able to play it with your eyes closed.
You'd imagine. Is this a new Rhythm Heaven?
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
Oh my god! That's crazy.
Rhythm Heaven Groove.
I was just fascinated by the thingy real quick. I was like, oh.
That was Rhythm Heaven
That's
Groove,
tight.
a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series. It includes lots of music produced by renowned Japanese musician Tsunku. What kinds of rhythms do you think you'll hear?
I would always play the
hope you're
demo
looking
of this in
forward to it.
Best Buy on the 3DS.
Next, we have news about the use of digital games on your system. Please take a look.
Please, 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 please be good news. Please be good news.
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system
Uh-huh.
and a Legend of Zelda game in this one,
Uh-huh.
freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
Uh-huh.
But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards?
I don't know.
Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games. When purchasing the digital version of a game,
Okay.
it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
Uh-huh.
Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Okay.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
Okay.
If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second. Now you can play
So
this
it's
game on the
attached to
second
your
system
profile,
wherever and whenever you want,
not the console.
just as if you had inserted a physical game card.
Just say that.
Virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play. On up to two
Why don't
systems.
they just say? Even Jenna gets it,
Local communication with your second
and
system is
she's.
required,
I'm
but
sorry.
only the first
I
time.
mean no disrespect. She's not a gamer. Like she's not. You know what I mean? She dabbles. She's not in the
You can also
ecosystem the way
lend out virtual game cards to your
other
Nintendo
gamers
Pet
are.
Family group members.
Oh.
Connect to your family group member system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the title you're lending
That's huge.
and who you're lending it to. And you're done. They can now play on their own system.
Actually huge.
You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person. Games can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you. Making
No, digital games are
even
tied
easier
to
use.
your physical Switch,
Virtual game card.
and you have to transfer them, or you can put them on an SD card, and that works too.
The virtual game card feature lets you swap games between Nintendo Switch systems, as
But
well
this
as
is good.
Nintendo Switch 2 systems.
The family account is
This
good.
feature is planned to be added via a system update in late April.
Oh, how interesting.
Let's take a look at more Nintendo Switch
In
games.
April. Curious. I had a huge issue swapping profiles for Smash Ultimate. So this is good. This is a good change that they have done. It is 2025, and I'm surprised that they haven't done it until now. But like, when you buy a game, it is now tied to the profile that bought it. And your profile that is connected to a family account or a Nintendo Switch can use that game. Because it is profile tied. That explains everything they said in like 30 seconds compared to a 5-minute explanation.
Uncover history once more.
What's that?
An HD
Oh.
remaster of Saga Frontier 2 is venturing onto Nintendo
Okay.
Switch.
Okay.
Meet Gustav, the Royal Heir, and Will, the Explorer. Two heroes whose fates and legacies will intertwine across generations in this epic RPG. Experience the original story, along with brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale. Plus, team up with more characters in battle. And transfer stats to allies through the parameter inheritance system. After finishing the main story, you can test your mettle and might against even more powerful bosses. What histories will you uncover through the ages? Saga Frontier 2 Remastered launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Oh, okay.
Monumental adventures await.
Sure.
Embark on peaceful journeys across this series of beautiful puzzle games. Wander through isometric worlds filled with stunning landscapes.
That
to
is
manipulate,
pleasing.
Optical illusions to discover.
Ooh,
and
I like that.
mystifying secrets to unfold. In Monument Valley, Lead the silent Princess Ida in her quest.
Chat, we playing that?
While outsmarting the enigmatic Crow people. A different journey awaits in Monument Valley 2. Guide Ro in her adventure through motherhood as she and her child unlock the secrets of the sacred geometry. Both games contain all their additional chapters, add-ons, and DLC. The first two Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th. Pre-orders begin
Low key,
later
I think we
today
play that.
on Nintendo eShop. And help Noor on her journey to restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch this summer.
There you go. That's why they did a 1 and 2. Because 3 was coming out and they didn't have 1 and 2 yet.
A brand new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving onto Nintendo Switch.
Were y'all aware of this already?
Time your button pressed just right.
They make it sound like
Your shot.
Nice shot.
they make it sound like this is a legacy series or
Perform
something.
backspins, side spins, and other special shots. In the single-player challenge mode, compete in tournaments and face off against a range of rivals to become the ultimate golfer. In Wacky Golf, your shots could get pulled into holes, or obstacles might fall. It's golf that's not quite par for the course.
I'm gonna be real.
Up to 4
Golf,
golfers can
low
hit the
key.
fairway together locally or in online play.
Golf is already frustrating enough.
And get ready to tee off. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots lands on Nintendo Switch.
I don't
this year.
think we need to like rageify it. You know what I mean?
Unite some of Marvel's greatest superheroes in the fight against evil.
Sure.
Pair up 2 heroes from the roster of 15, including the likes of the spectacular Spider-Man and the ferocious Wolverine to take on the challenge. From close quarters combatants to aerial aces, you can mix and match a variety of heroes for an amazing array of possibilities. And swap between your team of 2 at any time. Take advantage of your team's strengths to overwhelm your foes. Plus, up to 4 players can assemble for local or online co-op play.
That just seems chaotic, man.
The battle for the fate of the Marvel Universe begins when Marvel Cosmic Invasion launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion,
Cool.
where you'll battle as a tag team of different superheroes. Next is our last game announcement.
Okay.
Please take a look.
4. Sounds Xenoblade. Is it Animal Crossing? No. Bro, no shot.
How refreshing. Hiya.
100% this is Switch 2, by the way. Bro, there's no shot.
Tomodachi Life.
Oh my god. How are they doing this in 2025, bro? Oh, they're doing it in 2026. That's why. Oh my god. Why?
Did you want to talk?
Ah. Glad that was only a dream.
That was Tomodachi Life Living the Dream.
Uh-huh.
The first new entry in the series in over 10 years.
Yeah.
In the trailer, we saw Mii characters living on an island out at sea.
Uh-huh.
What kinds of interactions do you think they'll have?
I don't know.
We hope you're looking forward to it. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct so far.
Yeah.
Our final announcement is something a little different that's not a game. Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Oh, is it Donkey Kong
Hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct. Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly to you. And now, these presentations have grown into an event.
Bro, can't hit me with an Iwata. Ugh.
Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you.
No way.
This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today, which functions like a daily calendar. In the app, you can view different Nintendo
Oh, I thought this was going in a very different direction.
all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every
Do y'all remember the Nintendo channel that was on
Access a Nintendo
the
Direct
Wii?
for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd.
That had Gary and Allison on it.
News about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well.
I'll download
Nintendo
it.
Today will be available to download on smart devices later today.
Okay, I'll download it.
Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out.
I'll do it.
That's all I have to share. I hope you enjoy using Nintendo Today.
Low key, that's kind of
For
fire.
today's Nintendo Direct.
I thought it was going in a very different direction, though. All right. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm pleasantly surprised because I thought there would be nothing to be genuinely excited about, but there were a couple little pops in there that I was like, okay, that's kind of hype. Genuinely, I am surprised a little bit. Obviously there were some Switch 2 titles. There were some legacy franchises that got some love. The Tomodachi Life thing was wildly unexpected. I don't know. I'm still tempering all of my hopes and excitements because this is just the precursor, I think. Right? This is to give you something to let you know because they want, obviously, breaking this apart from the Switch 2 thing that's happening in April. They want to really set aside April 2nd for something that they want to focus on specifically. And they don't want to drag it down with a bunch of other title announcements or headlines or yada yada. Like they want the sole focus on the Switch 2, which is what I am primarily focused on. So we'll see. We'll see. Overall, I think this was kind of cool. It was nothing that like has me shouting and screaming, much to Jenna's dismay next door, probably. But I still think it was cool. They didn't have to do that, to be clear. But I think it's cool that they did, and so I'm happy just to get it regardless. So, I'm gonna say W Direct, and I will tune in next week, and we'll see what drops then. That's where I'm at. I do kind of want to see what the app looks like, though. Low key. Low key app could be fire. What was it called? Nintendo Today? Nintendo Today. It's not out yet. It's not out yet. I will say the one thing that was kind of interesting about I want to rewatch this a bit.
Games on your system. Please take a look.
I don't think we need to see all that.
Digital games could be as flexible as
I know how a
previous
physical game cart
cards.
works, respectfully.
Well, here's what we came up with.
Nintendo later today, yeah.
Virtual game.
By the way, Lel. Guess I don't seem so crazy now, huh? What with the conspiracies on Tuesday? I want to point that out. Okay.
Card.
My gloating moment's
In
over.
the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Uh-huh. I love that they rebranded and trademarked buying a digital copy of a game. By the way, it is just the most unnecessary thing that you have to do. I feel like they're trying to explain this to 4-year-olds. But like low key, 4-year-olds already know that they can log on to their Switch and then log on to Steam or Epic Games or PS5 and know that they pick up their profile and they play again. Right? Am I crazy? Like, they know what a game account is. My niece, who is like 7, knows what a game account is. She also knows not to eat the game cards, for what it's worth, which they've also made taste bad so that you don't eat them. Anyway, just a funny observation, because, like, that's crazy. I know how to load it. I know what that means.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game.
I do like that they're breaking this out. Because I think currently you just have a library and it's all your physical and digital games. And it feels messy that way. I like being able to break this out because I do have some digital tiles. So, okay, Lel, don't rewrite history. I will go back to the VOD, you little liar. I went on like a half-hour tirade about how Walmart Canada Gaming was doing some fishy nonsense. And the GameStop logo. And you were like, doesn't seem that weird to me. Schmeep smorp. All right.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
I know about this part. This is what I want to see.
If you have 2 Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second.
Uh-huh.
Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever
Because
you
it's
want.
on your profile. Yep.
Just as if you had inserted a physical game card.
Which I think means they're overhauling the profile UI too, right? Because currently you pick a game and then you pick a profile. Right? But here it almost seems like you pick a profile, then you pick a game. And I mean, you can swap between profiles at the top. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm probably overthinking it.
With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to 2 systems.
Up to 2 systems. Interesting. So, for example, I have an original launch day Switch. I also have an OLED. When I got my OLED, I had to do a system transfer, and I had to choose whether or not I was going to continue using my launch day Switch or if I'm exclusively going to be playing on the OLED. And one of two things happens based on what you pick. If you pick a new primary console, all your save data gets moved. If you pick to play between the two, it has to update your save data via cloud from your Nintendo account, like your Nintendo Online account. And like the syncing between the two was really janky. So ultimately, I went back and changed it to just be primary on the OLED because it was too confusing to keep it a buck. And then I had this whole issue where I had all the DLC bought on one profile, but I wanted to play Smash Ultimate on my stream profile, and I could not access that save data because of the two different profiles. Like I couldn't use my KCB profile when my Brian profile had all the DLC. My KCB profile did not have all the DLC. Now it does because of some kind of weird backend thing where I had to make one user the primary. Anyway, if you're transferring between switches, I would just say make one unit the primary. Don't try and play both. That's my recommendation to you. I think that this solves for that because everything is now profile tied rather than device tied. Now, my confusion is, what if you have 3 switches that you're logged in on and you play on? The likeliness of this is low. But let's say, for example, you got mad money. Okay. You have a Switch Lite, an OG Switch, and a Switch OLED. For the sake of not having a Switch 2 yet. Let's say you have all 3 of those. Let's say you got mad money. You got all 3 of those Switches. You take the Switch Lite traveling because it's undockable and the Joy-Cons don't detach, and you like that, and it's smaller, easier to pack. I don't know. It's a weird scenario, but just hear me out. The OG Switch you like to play because it feels nostalgic for some reason. And then the OLED, you're like, wow, that's cool. Or maybe you exclusively play your OLED at home handheld because the screen, and then you use the OG Switch docked exclusively because not the screen. And then the light you use exclusively for travel because you don't want to risk breaking on their other Switch. Let's say that. That seems like a reasonable thing, maybe. I don't know. If you have OCD, that's a reasonable thing. So what I'm saying is there is realistically a scenario in which you have multiple Switches beyond 2 that you play on regularly, and you can't move between the 2. You can't have it on 3. Which I guess makes sense, actually, now that I'm talking it out. But this almost makes it sound like you can only have a profile on 2 Switches to work between.
A physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to 2 systems.
Yeah. Only up to 2. So you can only sync digital cards between 2 systems, not 3. But I guess this is the thing I don't know. Can you be logged in on 3 devices and thus have access to those digital game card library? Like, is that a possibility? Because here it makes it sound like you can log in up to 2 devices and have access to your library that way. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that means, and that's the part that I'm getting hung up on.
Local communication with your second system is required, but only the first time.
Only the first time. Interesting.
You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Connect to your family group member system via local wireless when you want to lend a
Local wireless. So my niece, who is on my family account, I cannot send her games. Like, I can't send her Mario Kart. Because she lives, like, 2 hours away. Right? Interesting. This is like a Netflix password crackdown. And I don't think it should be this way. I'm going to be a little bit critical here. I don't think it should be this way. That seems overly restrictive for no reason. Local wireless? I mean, it may not even be Wi-Fi straight up. It may just be infrared network. It may just be local IR. I don't know. Weird though. Weird that it would be restrictive when anybody can be on your family account. Like for my niece to use Nintendo Online, which I have a family account because Jenna has one, I have one, and my stream profile has one. That's 3. It monetarily makes more sense for me to have a family account versus 3 separate individual accounts. Okay. So I have 8 slots. I'm only using 3. I put my sister, brother-in-law, niece, their Switch on my Nintendo Online account. So they can just have access to it and they don't have to worry about the subscription because I'm already paying for it anyway. And I still have 4 unused slots. But it still makes more sense monetarily for me to do it that way. They don't have to be on the same network to access Nintendo Switch Online, but they're on my family plan and they have access to Nintendo Switch Online, and they can do that from their home 2 hours away. So why you know what I mean? They literally have access to the Nintendo Switch Online virtual console. Many games are on those softwares, right? So why would they be restrictive with digital game cards when the online feature doesn't require you to be right there? You know what I mean? This makes it seem like some kind of weird still system to system transfer when they are seemingly moving over to a profile based storage system. And so I don't understand that. That seems confusing. It seems like they're taking 2 steps forward and then half a step backwards. So really, they're only taking 1.5 steps. They're just not fully committing to like having a good online system. I'll say it.
the game. Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to.
Yeah, there's no reason why that needs to be local. Lent a family member.
And who you're
Nintendo account family group. This is your family group on Nintendo Online. Loaded from your profile right here. Okay, look, we all went through COVID, okay? We all experienced lockdown. Everybody knows you don't always live with your family in the same house, right? Like, that's crazy. This is basically the extent of, like, hey, you have a subscription to your public library online where you can rent books digitally at your library, and you can just, because you have a library account with that library, you can just rent books from them and download them online. But to share it, you have to come into the library and like bump phones with somebody to pass it off. Which seems weird. That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing that, like, I feel like they had to go either way to make this overly cumbersome. And it's like a minor gripe. But it's just, it's not very forward thinking. Which I give Nintendo a lot of praise. Genuinely. Sometimes maybe even more than I should. But they treat their workers well. They've been in the game for a long time. And they're usually out here innovating and making dope games that aren't necessarily tied to like a bunch of gross predatory loot box stuff. Excluding Faye, obviously. So overall, I find them to be very tight-fisted with IP, but that is their prerogative. As with any business owner, that's your prerogative. And I respect that. This is not innovative, though. And that's sad.
Landing it too. And you're done. They can now play on their own system.
Like, a good example of this is I can go to the Nintendo online store right now, buy a game, and it will automatically download to my Switch right here. I don't have to plug it into a dock. I don't have to do anything. The next time I turn it on, it will just boot up and start downloading that game that I bought. Because Wi-Fi is a magical thing. That's the thing. Wi-Fi is magical and beautiful. I don't know why we're using IR communications in 2025. Like, we're trading digital games. We're sharing digital games the same way we traded Pokemon in 1990. Think about that. Why? Why are we doing it this way? That's so confusing.
You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person.
And that makes
Games
sense.
can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you.
The other thing I'm kind of low-key curious about, you see 3 Switches here, obviously, right? So that whole the games you own, the digital card games you own, can be passed, freely between 2 Switches. Okay. They have the capability to trade with, 1 to 3. Right? So clearly the capability is there. I don't feel like I'm crazy here. It seems weirdly restrictive in certain areas, and like, why are we doing it this way? It's almost giving you the illusion of more freedom with your digital games. Um, but like it's oddly restrictive for seemingly no reason other than control. Like just for them to have control over the digital game that you bought. So I'm going through my retro era. I got CRT right there. I'll probably play Super Mario World later. I don't know. But like physical media doesn't really have this problem. It is less convenient because you have to like mail a game to someone. Um I don't know, man. I don't trust the ownership over digital media. And you saw this with like Amazon Kindle, not but a couple weeks ago, where they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to let you download your digital books anymore." Okay, weird, but all right. Why? I don't know.
Making digital games even easier to use.
The recall feature's kind of nice.
Card.
Oh. By navigating to user settings, online license settings, and turning the setting to be on, you can instead opt to connect to the internet to start up software. What does that mean? What does that mean? Did you guys catch that before? I don't know what the hell that means. Startup software to play the game? So they're saying you can access the game from the cloud, I think, is what that means. Right? They're saying you can access your virtual game card from the cloud or physically download it onto your Switch. Because that whole swapping between devices thing, that's transferring the download file. So they okay, this sounds like your profile has a cloud of game libraries that you can just play. Not unlike the virtual console. Why are we doing it this way? Every time they give you an example, they're like, yeah, but you got to do it this way, though. Like, why didn't they talk about this? Why didn't they talk about that? Dude, I'm so confused. I'm actually like so confused by that. That's crazy. What the hell, Nintendo? Oh my god. I know they know how to do this stuff too, is the thing. I know they know how to do it. They just choose not to. I completely missed that during the first run. That's crazy. I'm done, man. I'm so done, bro. Oh my god. That's wild. That's actually wild. They yapped for like 6 minutes and didn't bother saying like, yeah, you can just access it from the cloud. Oh my god. All right. Are people melting down because there was no Fire Emblem news? I got on Twitter. This is the first thing I see. Guys, what were you expecting, though? Come on, man. What were you expecting, guys? Okay, hear me out. We didn't even hear anything about the new Mario Kart. Like, the only true first-party title that Nintendo actively has ownership of was Metroid Prime 4. And we actually had a reveal for that previously. Mario Kart was teased in the Switch 2 reveal. They haven't even said, like, hey, this is a new Mario Kart. Get ready. We all obviously know it's a new Mario Kart. And I guess technically Tomodachi Life is also a first-party ownership thing. But, like, even Pokemon is not. Pokemon's not a first-party ownership for Nintendo. That's owned by TPC. You know what I mean? I know people think it's a Nintendo property, but it's technically not. Nintendo's just a publisher. I don't know. It is funny. I think, honestly, look, PM1, I guarantee you, is not upset about this. He's just posted memes. He's genuinely going to go about the rest of his day and be perfectly fine. I don't think he's actually upset about this. I think he just knows when to throw a fire meme in. And, like, I mean, that's what he did. He's the GOAT. Fire meme. Well done. TBC is not owned by Nintendo, I don't think. Yeah. Nintendo doesn't solely own the Pokemon Company. It's a joint venture. Game Freak, Creatures Inc. But I'm saying it's not Mario. It's not Zelda. It's not, you know what I mean? They have ownership in TPC. They don't own it. My coffee's finally good. Like, they own Mario. I feel like we're saying the same thing, I think. Anyway. Crazy. You know what? I think people are just, they really want a new Fire Emblem. Engage, as nice as it was, it was an anniversary celebration title. I still love Engage for what it is. But it wasn't the next Fire Emblem. You know what I mean? And that's fine. The next one will come. They'll probably have a banger. It's the 35th anniversary. They'll do something special for it, maybe. I mean, honestly, we may not even see, like, a new title in the series. It may be a remake for the anniversary. You know what I mean? Deadass, just put all of them on Nintendo Switch Online. Just put them all on there. Let people play Blazing Blade. Or not Blazing Blade, Binding Blade. Let people play Binding Blade. Put Genealogy on there. Put Thracia on there. Hell, put the original Gaiden on there. Like, they have done this with other series. It's crazy. But PM1's not mad about this, just to be clear. He just saw an opportunity for a fire meme, and he popped it on there. Shout out to my goat. I feel so disgruntled about the digital game stuff. And I don't know that I should. There is another direct next week, yep. Do we know how long it's supposed to be, by the way? Have they told us? Is it literally just this? We're offering a closer look at Nintendo Switch 2. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll talk about games, but I'm still firmly in the camp that it's primarily a hardware showcase. I guess we'll find out. They'll probably tweet something on like the 1st and be like, join us tomorrow for a 30-minute, 45-minute, whatever length of time presentation. It's frustrating. I get why they're being tight-lipped, though. It makes sense. I'm not frustrated with them. I'm frustrated because I'm impatient. That's the difference. All right. Well, to be continued, I suppose. Not a whole lot else to really say about it. It was okay. It was all right. I had low expectations, though. You're gonna see people online react offended that their favorite game didn't get spotlighted. Which honestly would have happened with Pokemon if they didn't show anything Z to A either. Straight up. Like people would be mad about it. There are also those in the Pokemon camp, they're like, yeah, they don't really do that though. But then there are others who are like, well, it's Nintendo. Back when I was in a different community, people would get excited about Nintendo Directs exclusively for Pokemon. And they would be upset if Pokemon was not in the Nintendo Direct. Even if they got a Pokemon game 4 months prior. They'd be like, where's the next one? Look, I do not consider myself a member of that fandom or online community anymore. Because there are some real just there's some real individuals over yonder. There's some great people over there too. I met a lot of great people over there. But they're fanatic. Fanatic is a good word. There are a lot of fanatics over there. where it's just it doesn't feel like a good vibe for me at this point in my life. I will gladly still play the games. I don't want to actively engage with the online community. Except for, a couple friends I made along the way. Those guys are chill. They all chill. But yeah, Pokemon fans can be rabid sometimes. We don't get many spin-offs. Okay, but hear me out. Not every franchise gets a bunch of spin-offs. Right? Like, I don't know why y'all think you need a bunch of spin-offs. Okay, here's the thing I'll say about Pokemon. They don't really care about the games anymore. Pokemon, much like Genshin Impact, I will die on this hill, is not a game company anymore. It is a merchandise company. It is a brand company. It is a franchise that is widely recognizable and puts out games every year or two to create more Pokemon or characters that allows them to create more merchandise to sell. Like, respectfully, the last 2 Pokemon games were not absolute dog because of Switch restrictions. There are games that look beautiful on the Switch. There are games that function online very well on the Switch. The reason that the last Pokemon game on Switch loaded poorly and performed badly, like from a mechanical aspect, is strictly because it was programmed poorly. That's all. And if that hurts to hear, it hurts to hear, but it's the truth. It's not all Switch hardware fault. I'll be the first to tell you, Nintendo's not putting out the highest hardware, okay? They're not. And clearly we have seen that they have very backwards views on what digital media should look like. And the ownership around that, frankly. But like, you got to build the games well to meet the hardware that you have. Okay. I've offended Gray. I don't care. It's the truth. Sometimes y'all need to hear the truth, man. I'm not dogging on it. You can be critical of things you like. It's okay. It's okay. And you should be critical of things you like. That's how you make them better. I stand by that. But I am actually going to go ahead and log off for the day. Because I have some HSR recordings to do. I have some Wuthering Waves recordings to do. And I got a work call a little bit later. So, you know how it is. Chat, it's been real. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging. I'll probably put this up on YouTube. Well, I mean, you guys have seen it already, so this is not news to you. This isn't news to you. Anyway, YouTube will be out later. I'm out.